Well, I'm back in the car today. No more dogs barking, grandchildren running around, loads and loads of aggravation and distraction. Today I'm in the car, and as luck would have it, I'm on my way to Southampton. Now, up until about 80 odd minutes, I was kind of dreading the day, having to go back to Southampton, because everybody in Southampton, where I'm going, knows I'm a Tottenham fan, and I'm sure they would all be waiting to commiserate with me about us getting beaten by their team. So today, now going back, I don't have to worry about their commiserations, because I can actually walk in and hold my head up and go, thanks very much, still in it. And the manner of us still being in it is debatable, let's be fair. Want a great performance, but we're still in it. And at the end of it all, that's the main thing, right? It's all well and good playing really, really well, but if you play really, really well but you still get knocked out, it's kind of a moot point. Now, me, like the next person or the next Tottenham fan, love to see proper decent football. Love to see us passing and pressing and really showing that passion and that attitude that leads to good performance and to wins. But that's not us at the moment. We're not playing like that. We're playing like we're scared. We're playing like we don't know each other. We're playing like we're desperately trying to get something going. So if I have to take a scrappy, dodgy penalty to win the game and progress in the competition, then I'll take it all day long. I'll take it. You know, it is what it is. So I'm not going to be disappointed about it. I'm not going to moan. I'm not going to get all upset and that. I'm just going to accept that we won the game and move on and think about the next game. But I don't, you know, to be fair, whilst I didn't think we played particularly well, I didn't think we played particularly badly either. I know lots of people calling out the usual suspects, Dyer shit, and what does Dele do, and you know, Lloris is good done, and Vertonghen's finished, and all that kind of stuff. See all that, read all that, and I just feel a lot of that is just, you know, reaction at the time. It's just people's frustrations and all the rest of it, you know. So I get it, because it happens, but you know, you have to look at it in a cold light of day. You know, whilst Hugo parried a couple and it led to their goal, there was opportunities there where he saved our skins. And you know, it's a lonely position, a goalkeeper. If you make a mistake, everyone knows about it. If you have a great game, everyone knows about it. You know, it's one of them. No one else can help you. No one else can take the flak. So you know, I don't think anyone should crucify Hugo. I thought he did all right. I thought he had a decent game overall. Made a couple of really important saves and kept us in it, and ultimately that leads to us to winning the game. You know, Dele, I thought, really changed the game when he came on, and it just shows, you know, I don't think his form's been bad over the last few games. I know he's been called out a lot, but he came back into the squad after a long injury, played really, really well. Everyone's up there, Dele's back, and it's not his brother anymore, and all that kind of stuff. Goes through a little bit of a lull or a couple of quiet games, and all of a sudden he's useless again, and all this sort of stuff. The kid's 23 years of age. You know, he's not going to play fantastic every game. I know he's been around a while, but he's still a kid. He's still learning. So, you know, and to be fair to him, you know, he came on last night. He did the business. He played really well, and set up the goals, and there we are. Jedson Fernandez, again, thought came on, played well in patches, did some good little bits and pieces, played for the team. You can't ask no more than that. And Ndombele, I thought, was really good. He got some really good touches. At the start of the game, I thought, wow, he looks really up for it, you know, and he was doing okay, you know. But to be fair to Southampton, and I do think you have to be fair to Southampton, Ralph Hasenhüttl, or whatever his name is, has really got them playing some good football. They're playing some good football, and it pains me to say it because I'm not a fan of Southampton at all. But when I was watching them last night, I was thinking, wow, they play really, really well. Their passing was on point, their movement was good, they were pressing us high, and so on. So I don't think, to a certain extent, that it's all down to us. I think Southampton played so well that keeps you quiet and it stops you from playing. And you know, combine that with us not going through the best period, and you get the performance that you got. So, ultimately, you've got to give credit to them. Like I say, as much as I dislike saying it, but I thought they played really, really well, and they are one of the teams in form at this moment in time. If you look at the form league, they're right up there. They've played some good football and done really, really well. So, I do think that plays a part of it. I do have to make some comment about Jan Vertonghen. Very, very sad pictures of him last night, sitting behind Jose, really deep in thought, and you can see the pain on his face. You can see the pain as he walked round. I kind of think, well, when I was watching him play, he was kind of getting caught out of position. He didn't have the legs to keep up. He was struggling. He wasn't playing particularly well. And, Jan Vertonghen's been a great servant to the club. He's done some good stuff. He's played some important matches and he's contributed really, really well. So I don't think it's time to write him off as spent, but I think he's probably a player who's on the decline, who's reached that age where his legs are probably not keeping up with his brain. And as he's walking around, he's probably digesting some of that. He's probably knowing that himself. Because let's be honest, we know, don't we, ourselves, if you're not doing very well at something, if you're frustrated with your own performance, whichever walk of life you're in, then you know when you're going through a bad patch. And I'm sure that he's thinking to himself, could have done better there. I've not had a great game. These youngsters that are coming against me are doing really, really well. And he's probably considering his options. He's probably thinking about, is it time to move on? Is it time to hang up my boots? Is it time to move on to somewhere where it's less physical or less demanding than maybe the Premier League? I don't think there's a problem between him and Jose. Jose gave him a good pat on the back, and could see that he was disappointed at coming off. And if a player's not disappointed at coming off, then there's a problem. But at the same time, I think Jan Vertonghen's old enough and clever enough to be thinking about his own performance and what that means and how he got on. But you have to say, it's really sad pictures to see him sitting there deep in thought like that, because you are wondering, what is he thinking about? And this is just my opinion on what he might be thinking about. He might have been thinking to himself, what a tosser, taking me off. I was playing really, really well. I doubt it, but you just don't know. So, overall, not the best of performances. I think Jose probably got it right when he said the best team didn't win, but that a team that's working as hard as this one and trying to get everything going deserved the victory. And I think I'll take it all day long, and I look forward to the next game. So I don't think there's anything else really to say apart from up the Spurs.